the Acura. Grand Prix of Long Beach is away, and Kirkwood gets a great start.
Kirkwood, no stranger to leading the junior formulas, but this is his first time in the big leagues as Ericsson goes to the outside.
Pato O'Ward trying to make it 3 wide. It's going to be Kyle Kirkwood leading, but...
Hello IndyCar fans! Welcome to Formula Pun Racer. Today is April 28th, 2023, and I gotta say, was that last race in the streets of Long Beach on the 16th of April exciting or what? I surely think so. Wonderful weather, beautiful sunshine, and a great day for a race. And it all began with a few records being made. For instance, Kyle Kirkwood of Jupiter, Florida, driving for Andretti Autosport, would take his first IndyCar pole position in the Long Beach Grand Prix. Pretty exciting. Marcus Ericsson at Chip Ganassi Racing and last year's Indy 500 winner would start second. Naturally, when the green flag flew, Michael Andretti was no doubt tickled pink like the AutoNation colors that Kyle Kirkwood would don on his race car as he took the lead in the first corner of the first lap with Marcus right on his heels. Unfortunately, a little further back in the field, it would be a bitter day for his semi-teammate Helio Castroneves. I say semi-teammate because despite the fact that Helio Castroneves drives for Meyer-Shank Racing has some technical alliances and partnerships with Andretti Autosport, so it's almost like they're teammates. Almost. Plus, they both have AutoNation as a sponsor on their cars, along with Simon Pagenaud. But as for, once again, Helio Castroneves, it would be off to a rough start when he was spun around and his nose broke off. I tell you, if his car could talk, this is what it would probably say after that little melee.
Oh my God, my nose! I look like Michael Jackson!
Michael Jackson! I'm sorry. I couldn't. Oh God. Talk about tickling your pink there. Oh God. All right. All right. I'm sorry about that, folks. Oh, all right. Get back on with the racing news of Long Beach. Oh. Well, if you can imagine, like, Helio was given a bit of a push. He was able to limp around the track to get a new nose cone and such. But unfortunately, he was out of contention for the win. He would finish the race a few laps down. When the race restarted, well, once again, Kyle Kirkwood maintained his lead. Marcus Ericsson was second. Joseph Newgarden of Team Penske was third. On lap 20, the second caution period began when the two orange cars of the Arrow McLaren Chevy of Patricio Ward would go wheel to wheel with the PNC Bank Honda of Scott Dixon of Chip Ganassi Racing coming out of Pine Avenue and onto Ocean Boulevard, with unfortunately Scott Dixon coming off worst. With Dixon out a few laps later for mechanical issues, it's clear that Ward was able to continue on and be in contention to stay in the top 10. It just goes to show the un-Mexican is always standing Pato. You can imagine, after that little incident that put Scott Dixon out later on, did this create some kind of friction between Ward and Dixon like this? Actually, no. Although Dixon is still upset about this incident, and his opinion has not changed, but Ward, while he says it was just simply a racing incident that nobody got penalized for, that he bears no ill will against Dixon and is hoping to give him a big bear hug later on and when Dixon cools down enough. I sure hope so, because it would be nice for no ill will to be born of this. They just have to be careful in the future not to let this happen again. But anyway, with this incident that put Dixon practically out of the race, it brought the race under yellow, and the leaders took the opportunity to pit, but the only driver who stayed out because he was off sequence was the Argentine Agustin Canapino of Juncos Honda Racing, so see him leading a lap or two for the first time in his IndyCar career should give Argentina something exciting with joy to cry about. Yes, Argentina, you can excitedly cry about the fact that Agustin Canapino led his first IndyCar lap in his career at Long Beach. But unfortunately, things were starting to get a little frictional between Canapino and his own teammate, Callum Ilott, who was kind of released at the restart. And on top of that, it was just as the leaders were coming into the first corner at the exit of the pit lane. So it really wasn't the best time to release Callum Ilott, who was already a back marker. Practically got in the way of Canapino going through those twists and turns. Boy, this really bunched up the field, and Joseph Newgarden eventually got past Canapino to take the lead, with Kyle Kirkwood hot on his heels. But then on top of that, Patricio Ward, who was still in the top 10 at this point, ended up spinning around a few corners later in the same spot he had tangled with Dixon, getting his chances of winning the race over and out. So, nothing exciting to talk about there from Patricio, huh?
Aww.
Lap 44 had some interesting action go on between the two Danish butter cookies in the race. First off, we see Christian Lundgaard of Rahal Letterman Lanigan going wheel to wheel with Rinus VK Carpenter, with Christian coming out on top, and Rinus unfortunately would retire later on with engine troubles, and Lundgaard, he would finish 14th. In contrast though, Benjamin Peterson at AJ Foyt Racing kind of spun out in the turn 1 runoff area and stalled, so he had to be pulled back a bit to restart, but he would continue on. He would be a few laps down, so tough luck for the young Danish butter cookie there, but a reasonable finish for the other one, Christian Lundgaard, as well as the fact that Joseph Newgarden was rather hoping this would bring out a yellow flag, but it didn't even become full course, let alone sectional. So Newgarden would continue to maintain the lead from there on, with the Andretti boys of Kyle Kirkwood, Romain Grosjean, and Colton Herta hot on his heels.
Vegas.
Lap 52, Joseph Newgarden was about to take a big pit strategy gamble when he decided to pit for tires and fuel in the hopes that maybe another caution would occur later on in the race so he could hopefully conserve the fuel and tires to eventually get a back-to-back victory at Long Beach. However, it looked like the Andretti Autosport team had a few tricks up their sleeve, because after Newgarden would pit, Romain followed suit the following lap, and the lap after Grosjean, Kyle Kirkwood would pit. So Newgarden's chances were pretty much done in winning back-to-back victories at Long Beach. Kyle Kirkwood, after this pit cycle, would take the lead and would, in fact, beat his teammate out to the lead. Newgarden, while he did his best to hang on to third place, eventually had to give up third place and drop back further in the field to conserve fuel and tires. But in the end, it was an Andretti 1-2 all the way to the finish. Kyle Kirkwood, after 20 IndyCar starts, the 2021 Indy Lights champion, finally got his first IndyCar win at the Grand Prix of Long Beach. Congratulations, Kyle Kirkwood. Romain Grosjean finishes second, and since it was an Andretti 1-2-4 with Colton finishing fourth, Honda, no doubt, should be very happy about this, especially Andretti Autosport finishing 1-2, and we're all tickled pink about that. Marcus Armstrong of New Zealand is the highest finishing rookie. He finished 8th for Chip Ganassi, and his Swedish teammate Marcus Ericsson, last year's Indy 500 winner, finished 3rd. An amazing finish by the Honda engines, finishing 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Andretti Autosport 1, 2, and 4th. Ganassi 3rd and 5th. 5th place, it was Alex Palou of Spain. 4th place, Colton Herta. Marcus Ericsson 3rd. And Romain Grosjean 2nd, with Kyle Kirkwood taking his first IndyCar win ever in Long Beach. And it's the same location where Takuma Sato, Mike Conway, Paul Tracy, Juan Pablo Montoya, and Kyle Kirkwood's team owner, Michael Andretti, all got their first IndyCar win. The Long Beach Grand Prix is one to remember, and only 2 of these Long Beach debut winners would go on to win the Indianapolis 500 so far. That's Juan Pablo Montoya and Takuma Sato. Can Kyle Kirkwood win the Indianapolis 500 this year? Let's find out. Tune in, though, as the next round for the IndyCar season is, this time, Barber Park, April 30th. Oh, and that reminds me, I should get my hair cut. Gotta get to the barbers myself before I enjoy Barber Park. But also, for you F1 fans, in case you've forgotten, in addition to Barber Park is the Azerbaijan Grand Prix in the streets of Baku. So, can the Aston Martin team get back-to-back to Baku of podium finishes? Oh, we can soon find out as you tune in to those times. Thanks for watching my video, everyone. If you like this video, please subscribe to Formula Pun Racer if you haven't already. And please share with your friends as well. And be prepared for the next rounds. The Barber Park round for the Indy cars and the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, both on April 30th. I leave you now with the final results of the Long Beach Grand Prix. Congratulations once again to Kyle Kirkwood on taking your first IndyCar win. We're all tickled pink for you, man. And let's see how well you do in the upcoming races. See you in the next video, everyone. I'm Aaron Cylinder, firing on all cylinders.